right? May we go on from there. Now, is it possible, this is part of meditation, what we are doing now. Is it possible for the senses to operate as a whole? To look at the movement of the sea, the bright waters, the eternally restless waters, to watch those waters complete with all your senses. Or a tree, or a person, or a bird in the flight, a sheet of water, the setting sun or the rising moon, to observe it, to look at it with all your senses fully awakened. If you do, then you discover for yourself, I'm not telling you, I'm not your authority, I'm not your guru, you're not my followers. Followers are the most destructive people. And the gurus too. If you observe this operation of the whole senses acting, you'll find there is no center from which the senses are moving. Are you trying this as we are talking over together? To look at your girl or your husband or your wife or the tree or the house with all the highly active, sensitive senses. Then in that there is no limitation. If you try, you do it and you'll find out for yourself. That's the first thing one has to understand. The place of the senses. Because most of us operate on partial or particular sense. We never move or live with all our senses fully awakened, flowering. Because as most of us live, operate, and think partially. So one of our inquiries into this is for the senses to function fully and realize that the importance and the illusions that senses create. Are you following what this? And to give the senses their right place, which means not suppressing them, not controlling them, not running away from them, but to give the proper place to the senses. This is important because in meditation, if you want to go into it very deeply, unless one is aware of the senses, they create different forms of neurosis, different forms of illusions. They dominate in our emotions and so on, so on, so on. So that's the first thing to realize. When the senses are fully awakened, flowering, then the body becomes extraordinarily quiet. Have you noticed all this? Or am I talking to myself? Because most of us, forced our bodies to sit still, not fidget, not move about, and so on, you know. Whereas if all the senses are functioning healthily, normally, vitally, then body relaxes and becomes very, very quiet. If you do it as we are talking.